We've been traveling full-time for almost 3 years, and during that time we have gathered a few travel essentials that make each place feel a little bit more like home, and that's really important when you travel full-time.
It absolutely is, but before we dive into our list, if you're new to our channel, I'm Amelia.
And I'm JP.
And we can help you fast track your move abroad, whether you want to expat in one country or slow travel for a while.
And before we dive in, also, please check and make sure you are still subscribed to our YouTube channel. For whatever reason, YouTube has been unsubscribing our loyal viewers, so we really appreciate you checking.
All right, let's dive in, JP. What's first?
All right, we're going to start with the kitchen essentials first. And the very first one is the knife. Swing! Because there's so many dull knives in the world. And when every place we stay, the knives are so dull. We stayed in a place in Seville. The spoon was sharper than the knife, which really prompted buying our own.
Yeah, although it took us like a year to get to that point after a lot of torturous bad knife experiences. That was a must purchase.
And also to go along with that, because our knife gets dull too after use, I have a knife sharpener. I don't really like this one that much, so I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of people just have a little knife sharpening stone that they carry, and that probably would work better. I think I would rather have that. But this, I also sharpen every knife that's dull in the places that we stay, so the future people have nice sharp knives.
Yes, it's always nice to pay it forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my travel, well, I guess it's for both of us, but one of my travel essentials is the ever essential corkscrew. This one is a wine key that is much easier for me to use. Either they have those big contraptions that I don't know how to use, or they don't have anything.
Yeah, usually not anything.
Yes. And then I also have a can opener with a nice easy open lid for us, or not lid, mechanism.
Yeah, mechanism. That's a good word.
For us lefties out there, because I find can openers difficult to use, and almost every place we've been to, I think maybe one place has had a can opener. I
know a lot of places have the pull-top lids now, but invariably we will go to the store, come home with a can of beans, and it needs a can opener. I cannot tell you how many times that happened.
Yeah, I know. We don't think about it because we're just so used to grabbing a can and not even checking the lid.
Yeah, so now we have that.
Yes.
Next thing is a cutting board. This isn't totally necessary, although we've been in several places that did not have a cutting board, but a lot of times they're kind of gross, or they're wood, which are not necessarily
sanitary.
Yeah, sanitary. There's lots of bacteria that grows in the grain and stuff, so we don't like using those. So we carry our own plastic one that we can wash.
Yeah, that one, where did you get that one?
We ordered that on Amazon, I think.
No, we bought that in Panama.
Oh yeah, we bought it in Panama because there was no cutting board. Yes. We were cutting on a plate.
Yes. And this lovely kitchen towel was purchased in Durrës, Albania, because we have stayed in so many places without a kitchen towel, and this is an essential. It's wearing pretty well, especially for $2.
Yeah. We bought a coffee mug that day too, because Albanians really like their espresso shots, and we like a big full cup of coffee in the morning, and they only had one coffee mug there. But we do not travel with the coffee mug.
Nope, we left that for the next person.
Yeah. Okay, next, let's see. What do I have, Amelia? Oh, we have these containers. So this is a silicone Ziploc bag that we've had these for years.
Yeah.
Like 15 years probably.
Yeah, they come in handy for all sorts of stuff. Food, you can put food in them, but we just put whatever we need in there. And we have 2 of those.
And those are good for travel days too, because if we have leftover spices or something, we just put them in there and put them in our checked bag. I should also point out, this has to go in the checked luggage, and you really want a sheath to keep the knife from poking through your suitcase or cutting your clothes, because they don't handle your suitcase very well at the airport. So if you take your suitcase and you throw it down several flights of stairs, that's kind of what it's like at the airport with your suitcase. So make sure you have a sheath on the knife.
I don't know if you can actually travel with these in
a
carry-on either, so there you go.
When you travel full-time, you generally have a checked bag. Some people manage to do it with a backpack, but that is not us.
We are not those people.
No. Okay, what else do we have?
Well,
you want to talk about your scissors?
My scissors. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. My scissors, I love these scissors. They are the perfect size. I am left-handed, so I need scissors that will work for both of us. JP did not believe me that there was such a thing as left-handed scissors, and then I had him try a pair once, and I was vindicated.
Yeah, I can't cut them with my right hand with using left-handed scissors, so I have new sympathy for all the lefties in the world.
Well, and a lot of places don't have scissors, and that's something that we've actually needed quite a bit.
I know, it's nice to have those. We also travel with containers. We also bought these in Panama.
We did.
We had some other containers that we got that were actually meant to be disposable. We got them from
Portugal.
in Porto, our very first stop. And we traveled with those for 2 years before they broke. And they were for takeout.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
They were very sturdy, but that was a 3-pack of those Tupperwares, which have also done very well for us. And those, I think, were also $2.
Yeah, they
Boy,
were.
we've got the $2 purchases down.
Yeah. All right, what else do we have over here? Is that all the why don't you talk about that? These washer things.
Well, it's not. Okay. Well, this is laundry related, but these I had to order from Amazon. These are these are
washer
sheets.
I forgot what they were.
Like, what are these things? And they actually fold in half. I think these are Arm & Hammer. They
Yeah,
work actually really well.
Those work well for washing my hats too, because I sweat in my hat and I have to wash those. So I just put them in a tub and with some warm water, and it dissolves, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Some places provide laundry detergent, and some places, before I got those laundry sheets, I would have to go out and buy laundry detergent. And sometimes you can only get the really big bottles, and then you're just wasting all of that. I mean, it's nice for the next person, but I really like to be able to carry my own and not have to go out and waste big bottles of product.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk. I think that's all the kitchen gadgets, isn't it, Amelia?
I believe it is.
So let's talk about the lifestyle stuff that improves our lives while we travel. And the first is the Turtle Travel Club.
Yes.
Not really something you pack, but it is something you probably use every day. A lot of our members are on every single day.
Yes, we have a very active community, and it has just been so much fun getting to know everybody, both online and offline.
And we now have a free starter membership, so you can join the conversation and answer some of Amelia's polls and quizzes that she posts regularly.
Yeah, those
and
are fun.
And we have Turtle Trek Tuesday, so you can find other members who might be nearby and meet up. We have had people meet all over the world from members of our club. They meet up. Some of them have traveled together. Some of them are lifetime friends now, planning to run a marathon together in New Zealand.
Yep.
I mean, this is a really cool thing. So if you want to join now for free, scan this QR code here or go to turtletravelclub.com. All right. The next thing I want to talk about, Amelia, is the power strips.
Okay.
The power adapters.
Okay, that is really important.
These are really important. I hate this power strip. I will not recommend it. We're going to be getting a new one because the plug, they don't actually stay in. So the plugs, it's too loose. Everything falls out of it. I'm not sure who designed this. It doesn't work. The thing I do like is it has an old USB and a new USB.
Yeah, that comes in really handy.
Those are really nice to have, but the plugs themselves just don't work. And then to that, we've attached, right now we're in Europe, so we have the European adapter, and this has a variety of different things that you can plug into it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It is a good one. But we also have this one, which is England, and where else? Malaysia. And some other countries use this weird plug thing. And then we've got this in Fiji, which is used also in New Zealand. So why don't we have a standard, a global standard for electricity? Why does everybody have to have their own plugs?
But that sure would make life a lot easier for us full-time travelers, I tell you what.
We had a universal adapter, and it was terrible, and it would spark every time we plugged it in, and it just, and it also did not stay in the wall. It would fall out, so we got rid of that, and we've opted to just have one kind of specifically for each place.
Well, the power strip is still a lot better than that universal adapter because at least you can set it on a table or on the floor.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Well, for me, my lifestyle travel essentials, and one of the reasons I will never be a carry-on only girl is because I need products. And I like full-size products because I bought this in Ecuador. I've had this for almost a year. It still has stuff in it, so there's no way I would throw this away because I was going to get on an airplane and go to a new country. And I don't want to try to find just the travel size ones because that's not enough. And I'd have to just go out and keep buying whatever is available in a small container and then hope for the best.
Well, and there's not a lot of options. We can't find travel size. That's one thing the U.S. does well is travel size stuff. We haven't found a lot of travel size containers outside the U.S.
Yeah, there's not the variety that we've seen in the United States and other countries.
Yeah, if they have anything at all, it's extremely limited.
Yes, so I am standing by my decision to bring my full-size products.
All right, the next thing is a first aid kit, because we actually use this way more than we should, because we get blisters from all of our walking. I cut myself with a sharp knife.
Yep, me too.
So we actually use this quite a bit. It's got Band-Aids and bandages and Neosporin in it. So that is another thing that we travel with.
Yeah.
Some places have that now. Some countries mandate that the short-term rentals and hotels have a first aid kit, but most of them don't.
Yeah, most of them don't. And if they do, it's probably pretty picked over. You want what you want.
Yeah.
For us is a wide variety of bandages.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my travel essentials are my resistance bands. So this bag here is full of all sorts of different types of bands. I'm not going to hold them all up, but I have the little booty bands, and then these are the ones without the handles, because those actually add too much weight. But these things are awesome because I can do my workout wherever I am, and then I could group them differently to change the resistance. Highly recommend them. I think I got these, I don't even know. I got these in Ecuador in a loan back in 2020. They're pretty indestructible, and I don't know where we got these. They've been traveling around the world. They last a long time.
Yeah, she's got to work on those guns.
That's right.
All right, what else do we have, Amelia? Oh, I'm going to talk about my air tags.
Oh, yes.
These actually come in very handy. It's kind of a peace of mind thing. And also, when the airline lost my luggage, I knew where it was, which was not where we were. We got to Mexico, and my luggage was in Medellin.
Yes.
Somehow, even though it had a big thing on there that said Cancun, it ended up in Bogota and then on to Medellin somehow. But it was nice because I could track it, and when they finally delivered it to me, I knew when the guy was arriving.
It does give you a lot of peace of mind, and I really appreciate that. I like to travel direct as much as possible, but that time it did not work out, and well, we kind of paid the price. JP said he was really happy it was his suitcase that got lost and not mine, and I agree.
Yeah, because it took over 24 hours for it to arrive, so I had to wear, the only clothes I had is what I was wearing.
Yep, that was unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about our packing cubes this time.
Oh, good idea.
So you have yours too.
Yep.
Mine are not pink.
Nope.
But I know this is a controversial topic, Amelia. Some people do not like packing cubes, and they think they take up way too much space. But I put all of my gear in one. All of this stuff, the knife and the corkscrew and the can opener, all of that stuff goes into one, which goes into my checked bag. It keeps it all nice and organized. I like that.
I love my packing cubes because I can group things and find them easily. And also, this doubles as a pillow, which I'm actually using right now in the place we're in, because it only has one pillow and it's kind of flat. And I like to have my head propped up a little bit more.
Yeah, dual purpose.
I
think it's funny she uses it as a pillow.
It works.
It is nice, though. I like having all that stuff organized together.
Yes, I do not think they take up too much room. I completely disagree with that.
Okay, so sleeping mask.
Eye
mask. Amelia has one too. Some places the curtains just do not cover the windows.
Nope.
And sometimes it's light for 18 hours a day.
Yes.
And you can't go to sleep with all that light. And so we use the mask a lot. Plus it's nice on the airplane too if you're on a long haul flight and you want to be able to sleep.
It's not just about going to sleep, it's about staying asleep, because remember when we were in Riga, we were waking up at like 3:30 in the morning because it was already getting light out. It was crazy.
Yeah, I know. Well, it gets light around 4:45 here.
Yeah.
And without the mask, I would be wide awake. So what else do we have? Oh, the gear bag.
Yes.
So I got this in Malaysia and love it. And one of the things I really like is that, well, it has our Turtle Travel Club on it.
Thank you, Blaze.
Thanks, Blaze. Blaze used some sort of laser to etch our little logo in there.
It's adorable.
So this clips onto my rollerboard, the handle, so I can clip this on. That way I don't have to carry it all day, which hurts my neck. And also it carries our hand sanitizer, which is so important because people are gross, sorry. No.
When you travel a lot, you don't want to get sick.
No, I don't know how many times I've gone into the airport bathroom and the guy next to me walks right out without washing his hands.
Oh, you had to go down that
I know. Wash your hands, people. Just polite. Okay, what else do you have?
Well, my travel essential is one of my scarves. This is actually a very large scarf, which has a lot of purposes too. It's not just about fashion. You can see it's kind of thin. I could use it to cover up my shoulders If I'm cold or if it's sunny out, I will use this to cover up my skin from the sun. And I can put it over my hair to protect my hair. It's got a lot of purposes.
Or in places where women have to cover
Exactly.
their hair.
Or your shoulders.
Your
If you're,
shoulders.
especially in Asia, if you want to go into some of those attractions or the churches or the temples, you need to cover up your shoulders. So this scarf comes in very handy. And it's so lightweight, it doesn't take up any room. It'd go nicely in my little packing cube / pillow.
Okay, why don't you talk about your rain jacket?
My rain jacket. This is another one that I don't use very often, but I'm really happy I have it. It's a very large raincoat, but
Hey, people can't see you.
Sorry. It's so large you can't see me, but it's super lightweight and it packs up into basically nothing. So highly recommend this. I ordered this from Amazon, 10 years ago, and it's still going.
Yep. We should have also talked about our bags. We have those fabric bags that we use.
You mean the grocery bags?
Yeah, for the grocery bags, because most places outside the U.S. and even in the U.S. now charge if you want to use a bag. It's usually 5 or 10 cents per bag. So we have our own bags that we use. Plus, it's better for the environment. It's not as wasteful.
Yep, we've been using those everywhere.
Okay, a lot of people probably want to know about your clothes, Amelia.
Oh.
So we're going to just briefly talk about the capsule wardrobe, which kind of changed our whole wardrobe style.
It did. It made things a lot simpler. So we settled on our color palette and we figured out what colors were working for us by what we already had in our closets before we cleared everything out to start our slow travel. And I learned that I seem to gravitate towards orange, red, and pink. So when I buy new clothes, I try to buy clothes in this color palette so that everything coordinates.
Yeah, it all goes together.
Exactly.
And we laid out all mine, and mine was all black, white, and blue.
Yes.
So we just buy stuff that fits in that color palette now. That way you can mix and match, and even though you only have a few limited items, it looks like you have a larger wardrobe than you do.
Yes, I get comments about that quite a bit, and I actually don't have a lot of clothes, but I just keep them rotate and then add in things like scarves because that kind of changes the look. Mm-hmm. Also, if we are in a warmer climate, then you can get away with having more variety because the clothes are not as heavy, so they don't take up as much space.
Yeah, that's one reason we chase the sun. We try to stay in warmer climates, so we don't need bulky winter clothes.
Yes, this would be much trickier if I had to have a bunch of sweaters and winter hats.
Yeah, hats.
Yes, although I do have my hats. I think I have 4 hats.
Yeah.
I like my hats.
Okay, we should talk about suitcase size now because a lot of people say, well, if you're going to check a bag, why not just make it extra large so you can carry even more stuff in it? But we would encourage you to try to fit everything into a medium-sized suitcase. Then you can have your rollerboard or your backpack or however you choose to do that for the stuff that can be carried on the airplane and not have to be checked. But you don't want an extra large suitcase because in a lot of places in the world, there's no elevators, or if there is an elevator, it stops between the floors. So you still have to carry it up and down stairs to get into the place where you're staying. That has happened so much to us in Europe.
Yes, it's not my favorite. Also, cobblestone streets. Mm-hmm. You don't know that until you show up, and then you realize you're trying to drag your massive suitcase on those cobblestone streets. That is not easy. Or if you have to go uphill or even downhill, which could maybe be worse if your suitcase is heavy. I think too, the other thing about getting a really big suitcase is that people have a tendency to bring everything with them, and you don't need everything. You don't want a 100-pound suitcase.
Yeah, and that also adds a lot to your luggage fees because you have to pay more if it's over 50 pounds or 40, sometimes 45 pounds. So if you have a huge suitcase, the odds that it goes over that weight limit and costs you a bunch of extra money are pretty good.
Yeah, and also people talk about using compression bags, and I don't recommend those because that's a really good way to exceed your weight limit immediately. I don't understand why people promote those at all.
Yeah, and another reason is train travel. So a lot of times the trains have these little narrow entries that you have to, and then stairs that you have to walk up. So you have to lug a suitcase up these narrow stairs, and then they have limited storage at the ends of the train cars. So there's a lot of times those are taken up and there's no room for a big suitcase.
Yes, it can be very difficult to travel with those large suitcases, so don't do it.
Yeah, and then also we have the rule that if you buy something new, something old has to go, which is why we you travel full time the clothes gets worn more quickly because it's in and out of the suitcase and you're wearing the same thing more frequently.
Right.
So we have to cycle the wardrobe more than we would if we had an entire closet full of clothes back home.
I will say we have evolved over the last few years and we've learned a lot. So when we started off with this, we did our capsule wardrobe and we did all these other things and we ended up getting rid, I think, of some stuff that just weren't functional. So you have to do this for a while and you kind of find what works for you. You may not need a scarf or a rain jacket depending on where you're going, but it certainly helped us out quite a bit, and it makes us more comfortable.
Yeah, this is all about making places feel more like home, especially when you travel like we do, because you don't want to go someplace and feel like you don't have any of the comforts that you like and make a place feel more comfortable.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the whole point of all of the stuff we've been sharing today. I mean, obviously we have other things that may or may not apply to everyone, but these are the essentials.
Yes.
So did we forget anything? Let us know in the comments if you can't leave home without something that we didn't talk about today.
Oh yeah, I would love to hear that.
Yeah, and be sure to check out the Turtle Travel Club and join now with that free starter membership by going to turtletravelclub.com.
And before you go, leave us a like, please, and we will see you all in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.